Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to Week 6, a look at the standings. And there's not been a whole lot of changes except for a couple of teams, and this is what's going to happen all season long. So Tampa Bay moved up a spot, Toronto dropped one, even though they won tonight in the shootout. Washington went up a spot, and the New York Rangers jumped up 8. Which means that the New York Islanders dropped down 9, and this is going to go on all season, like I said. Nothing changed as far as the wild cards are concerned. Boston and Montreal are still 7 and 8, and Ottawa is still 9th. No change there either, and this is going to be a problem all season long. Even though they've won 2 games in a row, it's still not enough to catch up. So it's going to be a battle. I mean, Ottawa's in 16 points, and their division 22, 22, and 21. They're way behind. So, but they've caught up to Montreal now a little bit. They're only 1 point behind Montreal. It was a wider gap at 1 point. Well, I did a video on Florida. They've lost one. They're 1-5-4 in the last 10 games. They only have 10 points. They fired their coach, so we'll see what happens there. Columbus lost 5 games in a row, and they only managed to drop 1 spot, so that's kind of weird. And everybody else, and the other big news is in the Western Conference, so we'll see what happens there when I get there. And now for the Western Conference, big news today was Edmonton. They traded one of their defensemen for a center, and they signed Brizgalov to a contract. I don't know the details yet. On the news, they weren't saying. So that's big news for Edmonton, who are in last place. There's been no change in their standings. Everybody else has moved up or down a couple of spots, except for obviously Colorado, Chicago, and St. Louis. They still dominate the West. But Anaheim is doing quite well as well. They're the top team with 29 points. San Jose and Phoenix follows them. The wild cards, Vancouver and Minnesota. Minnesota jumped up a spot, and nobody else really moved all that much. The Calgary Flames dropped 2. Winnipeg, Dallas went up 1. Los Angeles Kings -1. So there's no big streaks here except for Anaheim with plus 4 games, 4 wins in the last little while, and they have an 8-1-1 record. Colorado with an 8-2-1 record. Colorado with an 8-2-1 record. They won tonight. I watched that game with Calgary. And other than that, the West hasn't changed all that much. So we'll see what happens, and maybe some big changes next week. You never know. But I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Edmonton. That team is slowly but surely being dismantled. I don't get getting rid of a defenseman and bringing in the Brizgalov. That's just pure desperation, and that general manager needs to go. Anyway, we'll see what happens there in the next coming weeks. Make it really, really hard to get in the playoffs now, because they need 12 points just to catch Minnesota. Minnesota would have to stay where they are. That's why they say November is such an important month, because it's almost impossible to catch up if you don't. So maybe they just want to get out of the basement. Who knows? They're tired of first-round draft picks. If they do get one, please get a defenseman. You need one. Oh, wait, you just got rid of one. I don't get this stupid team. Until next time.